2025 has truly been the year of big financial changes. Many of these reforms directly or indirectly affect your money, your savings, and how you spend. As we approach the end of this year, let's quickly recap the top money changes of 2025 so you know what's new and what continues into 2026 before you sit down to plan your budget for the new calendar year. Let's start with taxes. In Union Budget 2025, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman announced major relief for taxpayers. Starting this financial year, if your salaried income is up to 12.75 lakh rupees, your income tax liability is effectively zero under the new regime. On the indirect tax front, GST was also simplified. The number of GST slabs have been reduced from 4 to just 2, 5% and 18%. So most goods and services now fall under these two slabs. Sin goods, however, will continue to be taxed at a much higher rate of 40%. There was also a big relief for insurance. The GST on premiums for all individual life and health insurance policies have been brought down to zero, making protection products a little lighter on your wallet. Next, your salary structure. From November 2025, the new labor codes kicked in, standardizing how salaries are structured across companies and extending social security benefits to gig workers as well. For many salaried employees, this means that your take-home pay may come down. But why? Because the government has made it mandatory for your basic salary to be at least 50% of your total CTC. As basic salary goes up, your PF and gratuity contributions also increase. So while your in-hand salary may reduce slightly, your long-term retirement benefits and social security corpus gets a boost. Third, EPF, your retirement savings. In October, the government announced more flexible withdrawal rules for EPF members. You can now withdraw up to 75% of your EPF balance, including both your and your employer's contribution. Education-related withdrawals are also now allowed up to 10 times during your service, and marriage-related withdrawals up to 5 times. The minimum service period required for any partial withdrawals has also been reduced to 12 months, making access to your money easier in genuine need. However, at least 25% of your total EPF balance must remain in your account at all times. Full PF withdrawal is now permitted if you remain unemployed for 2 months or if your next job starts after a gap of 2 months from your last working day. Fourth, digital payments. It saw meaningful upgrades. Digital payments from zero balance accounts are now completely free, making banking more inclusive for lower income and first time users. From September, the UPI transaction limit has also increased to 5 lakh rupees for certain categories like insurance premiums, capital market investments, credit card bill payments, and similar high value transactions. For regular person-to-person or UPI payments, the usual limit of 1 lakh rupees per transaction remains unchanged. On auto payments such as subscriptions to OTT and SIPs, there is a new safeguard. The government has announced that these recurring payments will not be debited during peak hours, that is between 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and between 5 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. This is aimed at reducing payment failures and easing peak time load on banking systems. Fifth, some practical but important changes in everyday banking. For your bank accounts, FDs, savings accounts, and lockers, you can now add up to 4 nominees and even allocate different percentages of the amount to each nominee. This makes succession planning more transparent and reduces future disputes. From October this year, the RBI also changed check clearing timelines. When you deposit a check in your bank, the amount will now be credited to your account within 2 hours instead of earlier norm of up to 2 days. That means quicker access to your funds and better liquidity. Sixth, road travel and toll payments. From November, new FASTag rules came into effect. Your vehicle, if it does not have an active or readable FASTag and you choose to pay toll in cash, you will be charged double, 2 times the toll amount. However, if you don't have a FASTag but still choose to pay digitally at the toll plaza, you will be charged 1.25 times the toll instead of 2 times. To encourage frequent users, the government has also introduced a FASTag annual pass priced at 3,000 rupees. The message is clear: go digital and you pay less. These were some of the biggest money changes of 2025, changes that have already started affecting your salary, savings, taxes, payments, and daily spending, and will continue to matter in 2026 as well. So before you finalize your budget for the new year, do factor in these changes, review your tax planning, and relook at your savings and investment strategy. And for more detailed and easy to understand insights on personal finance, keep watching ET Now. A very happy new year to all our viewers from the entire team of etnow.in.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.